Great is thy faithfulness. Great is thy faithfulness.
Don't play that place.
Yeah, I think I've tested it enough now. We are back, guys. Good afternoon. Yeah, good anytime you are watching us.
Yeah, good day, people. How you doing? How are you? Fashion, what do you call it?
Wardrobe malfunction.
Wardrobe malfunction. So guys, we're back today. As you said, we're coming back fresh and better. We thank you for believing in us. Your prayers have been answered. We are back.
Thank you for always coming back.
Yeah, thank you so much, guys. So today we'll be talking about should I ask, what's the topic? Should I ask my husband for permission?
Should I take permission from my spouse?
Before doing anything, should I take permission from my spouse? Because
I think especially before traveling out or something like that. Before doing traveling or something.
Before going, I think what we saw on Twitter was that should I take permission before going out? That's what we saw. And we'll discuss it. Is it right that people ask permission?
Don't say this clothes.
People ask permission from their spouse before going out. Is it? Do I have to ask for permission? Am I under lock and key? Am I under a bondage?
Am I a man under authority?
Yeah.
Of my spouse?
Yeah. So, what do you think about it?
It's tricky, Sha. So I don't think permission. So based on the context of permission we are referring to, right?
Okay.
Your spouse should know everything. It's not because you are not old enough to make decisions on yourself.
Okay.
It's because this is a partnership. It's a commitment, so to speak. And any decision you make affects both of us.
Okay.
If you travel, you are away from the home, it affects me. It affects Valor. If I travel without telling you, it affects you. So if in marriage, the way we define marriage to be godly home, the way we define it to be, anything we do affects our homes. And when your actions begin to affect other people, then those other people deserve the right to know, at least be involved.
But you cannot call that permission.
And that's why I said it is tricky, right? So it could be permission, right? For instance, we have money in the house, right? It's our money. It's as much as it's your money. It's as much as it is my money, your money, right? I can take it and do something for the house. You may not see anything wrong in it. It might not be wrong. But then isn't it wise for me to talk to you about it?
Okay.
So some people call it permission. If they call it permission, I won't say it's wrong. And if some people say it's not permission, it's seeking consent, you are right too. So language sometimes can be tricky. But I think what we are talking about is permission allow me to go. I think that giving the person the authority and you recognize that the person can tell you no, don't go.
Should the other person have the right to tell somebody, the other person, that don't go, don't do this?
I think that is the real question. So, and I think that, I think yes.
In what way?
Yes. Me, I think my wife can tell me don't go. And I think I should be able to tell my wife don't go. But then, in marriage, we talk about leadership. Not boss-servant relationship. Sure you get. And there's patriarchy and there's matriarchy.
Yeah.
And as a person, I don't think either of these things are wrong. Matriarchy is a good thing. Patriarchy is a good thing. So, as I was saying, patriarchy, matriarchy, they are not bad. The real problem we have in our society, is toxic patriarchy or toxic matriarchy. Right? There should be order in every society. So bringing it back to the home, I think there should be order. Right? The man is the leader of the home, is the head of the home. In the form of leadership, it's about leadership, not boss, servant, and stuff. Yeah. And the wife compliments, she supports, right? Doesn't mean the husband will not support too. So what does this mean? It means that the husband can say no, don't go. It also means that the wife can say no, don't go, because as much as the husband is the head of the home, right? He sometimes can get instructions from his wife, can get advice from his wife. The voice of the wife matters as much as his voice in the home, right? That said, this is my opinion, right? But that said, if you are telling someone not to do something, we have said it is leadership, leading, not knocking from top to bottom.
Yeah, not boss.
Yeah, so it means that when I'm saying no, don't go, I must be able to explain why I think you shouldn't go.
Okay.
It's not because I'm selfish. I don't want you to leave me alone. I don't know if you get where I'm coming from. Of course, when I am being selfish, it should be clear. You want to travel for 2 weeks? I must see. I don't want you to. I don't like it. I don't want you to go. Why? I will be lonely. It's clear. It's clean. I'm not trying to be manipulative. Neither am I forcing or instructing, as the case may be. So I'm saying I don't think you should go. Like, why? Like, she did not know that on Monday we are doing this, Tuesday we are doing it, Valor will do this, and I can't do it alone. You know, that is me saying I don't want you to go. But then it is conversational. It's conversational. I'm saying that this thing affects us in a way. How can we work it out?
You with me?
So
okay.
that is where. So I want to be careful. Sure, you get. But that is what I mean by yes, the wife can say no, and yes, the husband should be able to say no. It's in that context.
I think that.
Give her.
I think for the greater, I think it's not really about. Oh God, what do you mean? Jesus.
Hey, kids.
So I think it's not really about what the husband or the wife wants. I think that it's about what is good for us.
Okay, how does it affect us?
How does it affect us? So when someone is coming with a decision and say, I want to do this, for example, I say, I just got like 2 million naira and I want to go to see Ebuka and Kemi in UK, which is a very good thing. So you're not just saying no, don't do that. You will not look at
I already know my answer. Babe, we need 2 million. We need for other things. So.
No, let's assume that everything settled. I have 2 million.
Okay, like
that's money for
playing around.
So
I'll be following you.
So it will be like a thing of is this good for the family? And if everybody have that mindset, there will never be need for argument. Even before you even bring the matter down, to say, I'm going to come in and Ebuka's place. So I would have thought about it and thought about, is this good for the family? Is it can one person stay with the other person? For example, and I say, I'm going to see Ebuka and Kemi for 1 week, and I know that you're able to take care of Valor alone. I've done this and done that, maybe this preparation, or I'm taking her along with me. So it's not me that I have already made all the provision. So it's not you and I say, makes sense. Or you not say, there's something that you need to do that you have to be present at this time. You may not be able to go. So it's not about it's not now about what I want or what I don't want. It's about what is the good of this family. What is the good of the success or the progress in this family. It's not about because what that question came around from the fact that some people will just tell you, don't do it.
And that's
they will not say be praying that God will touch the heart of our daddy.
I hate. There's nothing in marriage that I hate more than that thing. Prayer and you see, I don't know. Well,
let's pray for daddy. Let's pray for him to change his mind. Blah blah blah. So I don't think that you should get to that level where one partner has to. Of course, I know that you can say, there's at a point there will be where a partner sees like that, and everybody has a very justifiable reasons why he sees like that. So
you can pray about
that point, you can pray, but it should not be that that's the regular way that and that's what you tell your kids. So this is my decision, but your daddy will not accept. So let's go and pray, and we'll start having fasting and prayer over somebody who is supposed to be a leader, supposed to see things from your side.
It is not even good for the kids when they grow up.
Yes,
it's not good for them. But then I also, like I said, I agree with what you just said. I think we just said the same thing actually. But then I also want people to be free, to be selfish, be vulnerable. I'm serious. This is what I mean, like I said earlier.
Okay.
If you are going somewhere and actually does not have any negative effect, but because I will miss you, the first thing that will come to my head is like, no. Before thinking about it, I thought like, no, 1 week, how will I cope? Before you start thinking about it, how does it possible? So eventually, when you think about, when you delay speaking, sometimes that's why you should not be hasty in talking, not be hasty in saying things, not be hasty in making decisions. I'm talking about myself now. This is what I do. When you tell me that I'm going for 1 week, that journey you went for 1 week, I was like, how will I cope? This does not make sense. So then I thought about it. I'm not very.
When my clients have to give you wine,
I'm not very.
To appease you.
I'm not very hasty in making decisions. I can be very slow and I can be annoying sometimes, but I've known that it always works out, right? In this case, I thought about it. Okay, wait though. This is money. We need money in this house. 1 week. What's the biggest negative effect in this family? We had to take care of Valor. And God so good, Esther was around. right? So it wasn't comfortable, right? But then we survived because it had more advantage than disadvantage. I could handle it. So what I'm saying is that people should be vulnerable to their spouses. It was.
You should be able to say, so that be able to say, oh, I don't want to.
I don't like
I don't
it.
have any reason.
I don't have any reason.
I don't want to.
I just don't like it.
But if you are not careful, if you are not careful, that can be done in a negative way.
No, I'm saying like how you present it.
No,
See, I don't like it though, but then okay. So, but why do you think?
Look at this case of two people got a job and the woman's job is maybe the husband's job. Also, then they're getting married. The woman's job pays like 1,000 times more than the man's job, and the logical thing is to say that let's move to where the woman is so that we make more money and all of those things. And the guy is saying that he's not going because of ego.
I think he should discuss with his wife. My ego is at stake here. I don't like it. This is what I feel about it. It should be discussed. The wife should know. But then, this is what I want everybody to know. That while the husband is saying that this is dropping my ego in the wrong way, there's nothing wrong with it. The ego, everybody has a measure of ego. It's how you handle it. Me, like it. Then the wife is aware of it. Do you get? If the wife is an intelligent person, or let's say the spouse is an intelligent person, the person now knows better how to communicate when issues like this arise, right? Then but that's number two. But back to number one, when the man is saying that I don't like this because of this, he must be prepared to subject it still to logical conversations, like we have always discussed.
No, you say I'm collecting 100,000, the woman is collecting 1 million, and say you don't want to move because of your ego, and you not say fine, that's fine now. No, you should still be. Of course, you cannot say, oh, this I don't feel comfortable. I have to move because this and that, but you still make the decision based on logic.
Yeah, why I'm providing this context is that because of this, that's the another extreme.
Yeah.
Right, where people pretend and lie. That's what I'm saying. So people should be free, vulnerable. See, your wife. At no point to your spouse think you are selfish. If truly your home is the ideal, we're talking about homes modeled after Christ, right? Because we know that yes, at your vulnerable point, at your selfish point, that's your flesh, right? It is not a deal breaker. It should not, how do I put it? It should not cause problem. It is you being vulnerable, expressing yourself as much as you can. Then when you're saying it, it's an information for me to know. Sure you get, there is this subject. So eventually we may still decide that, okay, it rubs off on your ego, but then how do we handle it? You understand what I'm trying to say? So the wife is making more money and we have decided to go to where the wife is, despite the husband saying that this thing rubs off my ego. Then what are the other things we can do while we are still making that decision to not put pepper on the surface of the wound of the ego that's been opened up already? I don't know if you're getting the context.
Yeah.
So what are the things we should do? Do we open a joint account? So the man feels, so it doesn't feel so seriously obvious that the wife is one providing for the family. The wife's salary enters an account that they both control. Of course, trust is a big, but I don't want to go into that. We have discussed this before. You get? So in some way, it helps the man. It helps his ego. Is it about the wife that she has to leave her job to take care of the kids at home because there's a need for it, and she doesn't like it? It makes her feel like she's doing less. What are the things we can do? Does the husband just pays the bigger percentage of the salary to her account so that she spends the money, so she feels empowered? But she must discuss it, not because we must discuss. So she agrees to stay at home even though she doesn't like it. Because a lot of them are on the social media. Now they make decisions mutually with their husband. They don't like it, but they don't want to complain, and they're dying silently. Discuss it. Let him know that you're making a sacrifice. Let him know. Let her know that the decision is you are making a big sacrifice. See, forget what the society is saying that you must always do this. It's not always convenient. It's not easy for the wife to be any more than the man, especially in this part of the world. It's not easy, right? Some of us have valor. Some of us are adjusting, right? Some of us are making conscious efforts to not allow these things affect our home. Sure you get, but we must be sincere with ourselves. These conversations must happen, and we must learn to be vulnerable. And when a person is being vulnerable, the other person must learn how to handle vulnerability. Most times talk about being vulnerable, but we can't handle it. When people become vulnerable, we are the ones that will make them feel stupid about it. So these are the areas. This is really this is important for me because we've had conversations around money issues, right? I hate to be broke. I hate it. When there's no money on me, I don't like the way it feels. Because it's not. I'm not used to it. Yeah, you get.
Who is not used to it?
No. I'm looking at the past and now, right? You know, when I'm alone, when I'm broke, it's different from now. When I'm broke now, that time is different. I'm alone. I'm not responsible for anybody. What I'm not eating before, I'm not eating none here. But now you know, there are some things that you cannot suffer, must not suffer. It's different. So as a guy in Africa, when you are broke and you are married and your wife has the money, somehow you get, but it takes conscious effort. So if you are that kind of guy, be vulnerable. Let your wife know that you are making a sacrifice. But then it's an information, right? It's an information. It is not that because of this, then no, you are putting your foot on the ground. No, it should not be like that. Be vulnerable, put it on the table. You have an intelligent husband or intelligent wife that will use that information, even though we are still making that decision that robs off your ego or whatever. Mm-hmm. We are putting up checks, we are putting up systems, we are putting up things that will help manage that thing so that eventually we still make the best decision logically and everybody is fine. Nobody feels cheated. Yeah. Feeling cheated is actually the word. Right? So that's what I'm trying to say. Now, let's be vulnerable. Let's not just deceive ourselves. Right? I'm not happy about this thing, but because we have to be logic, it makes sense. We are doing it. Depression. She gets deceit. And you never know, you know. So the person may feel, in fact, sometimes you start feeling unappreciated when in fact you are not unappreciated. Because you're making sacrifices that nobody knows about. And people cannot give credit to what they don't know. So I think I've said too much, Chef.
Yeah, I think it's very important.
Yeah, so that's I had
to tell you like that when if something is not convenient, does not mean that you will not see to it, but let the other partner know that, guy, I'm making this sacrifice.
You know that sometimes what is the meaning of this, guy? This guy wants to throw my laptop away, Nisha. So sorry about that. So you know, there are sometimes that you say I should take you somewhere, for you somewhere. I'm like, this is not convenient. Mm-hmm. I used to make it clear. Eventually we'll still go. But I'm saying it so that you know. It's not convenient though. But then it's not because collect from her. It's not convenient. Oh shit.
Come.
It's not convenient.
Give me.
It's not convenient, but then we will do it.
Give me.
Because doing it is more important than the inconvenience and justice. Because doing it has a lot of good.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So we don't just act based on emotions.
Because I think about it, I don't want you to enter back to that place. You get? And what I'm doing in the office, okay, can I shift it a little bit to make room for this? Can I make this adjustment? It is very tedious, it's not convenient, but then can I just make the sacrifice? If yes, why not? But I should make it known. Let's not be putting unnecessary burden on our spouses. Things they don't know about. In your heart, you think she knows, but she doesn't know. She's not saying it. Just shout. Continue. So that's that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's at least we know we'll get to
that point. Yeah.
But it's very important that when we're making a sacrifice, let our spouse know. It does not mean that you make your decision based on what you like or do not like, but let your spouse know so that when, for example, now if there's a money you got from somewhere and you have to make sacrifice for the other person. So when the person when money now comes in through another angle, let the partner know, see, we make sacrifices in that place, so let me be the priority, or let this be the priority
yeah.
When we are doing this. So let's not just keep quiet and just get, and because one of these things just assume, well, that's how the world is and that's how we should do it, and eventually you just hold the grudge for long. All. So it's important to know that you don't just live your life for yourself. It's not necessarily like you're asking permission from your boss or from your spouse. You are laying this decision to the table and asking that the other partner look at it with you.
It's actually a sense of commitment.
Yes, sense of commitment and responsibility. Like you don't just I want to just spend, because you realize that one of the reasons God gave us a partner is that we have the advantage of 2 over 1. Before you used to make decisions before together, and you just realize that when you ask the right person, basically you just see something, you're like, I didn't see from this angle, and you'll be shocked. So don't cheat yourself by just using. I used to say it on this vlog a lot, that don't cheat yourself by just doing things on your own. You are not enjoying the benefit of 2. enjoy the benefit of two.
Yeah.
Also, get the ideology of the other person, get the person's opinion, and you will discover that what you have gets more robust and you get better perspective and understanding of that thing.
Yeah, there are some decisions that you would have made in a heartbeat that at the time didn't seem wrong, but because I said calm down, wait, chill, not because I even have a reason of telling you to chill, eventually we realize that wow, okay, thank God we didn't do it. There are some decisions too that would have made us make that would have pushed us into making. That at the time of making it seemed right, but because you said, Tim, I don't feel right about this thing. Calm down. No reason, but because I trust that, okay, why not? Does it hurt anything to just calm down? Eventually, we realize that, oh, thank God we didn't do that thing. Yeah, in fact, getting a house is a big example of this, right? We had the money, the house is there, but because we chilled a little bit. Right, so there are so many things that I can't even just start counting that. So enjoy the benefit of two. You are not a slave; it's a partnership that God has ordained.
Yeah.
So, and we are saying this because we are talking about a godly home. Homes.
All things being equal. Because I know that of course there are things there are homes where things are not normal.
And we are saying this that please, if you have not done that, model your home after Christ. Model your home after Christ, yes. Model your home after these sound principles. So I think it's an opportunity to say that.
Yeah, that's it. Guys, thank you so much
for
watching. Thank you for watching this episode. Please, if you have any counter argument, you can put in the comment box.
Or you have an opinion.
Whatever it is that you have about this conversation. Do you have to ask permission from your spouse before doing anything? Let us know what you have. And we're talking about a regular marriage, not, of course, there's marriages where things are not normal.
Regular.
So those kind of marriages have other principles that would help them work until they get to normal. So that's what it's about. Thank you guys for watching. Subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to share this video with people around you. We'll be back again
very soon. We promise you.
Thank you very much.
Enjoy.
God bless.
Have a great day.